Alright guys, made it back home after the little trip to Oklahoma. Gotta say, I was really surprised how well the Amigo did. Not really surprised how poorly the other TF2 did. The trail's a little too serious for that. This truck is basically stock. We're going to take a look at each of them because I've had some issues. Right at the end of filming, I was popping wheelies with the Amigo and it lost power. I still had steering, but I had no throttle. So I don't know what's going on with that. Right before I left, I put in a battery and got this truck set up for the DX5, and I had one of my Hobby Wing 1060s just quit working. It would beep and it would cut in, cut out, cut off, cut on. So swapped that out. Luckily I had another new one, but I'm hoping that's not the same issue I'm having here on the Amigo now. Not speaking well to the longevity of those. But let's take a look at the TF2 first. This truck is pretty much all stock. It's got a few mods. I've got the Jalon 2 hoops. I've got the Bauhaus rear shackle hangers that move it at a slightly better angle. And this thing's got a pretty good amount of flex. The muffler made out of an old Bic lighter. And some, that's actually brake line. That's metal. And just a Hobby Wing 1060 RC4 drive 35 turn motor. Now that, I was having some problems. It had no power in reverse, and I don't know what the deal was with that. I may need to go through the settings on the radio, because that radio, for some reason, I don't know why, I got it brand new, sealed in a box. I don't know if it's just what they do, but it had rigs programmed in it already. So hopefully it wasn't used, but it had a bunch of popular rigs like Arma and Infraction and stuff on it. Fast rigs. I don't know if there's a preset on there or something, because I just overrode that memory on that, so that could be our problem there. Otherwise we may just be down on power. We may need to upgrade motors. Not really. I've got these Hobby Wing 1060s and everything. This one is brand new. The other one had maybe 2 or 3 runs on it, and it did not get wet. I don't trash the rigs like that. I don't get them submerged. I don't do anything like that. So I don't know. But this truck did about what is expected. The tires got a pretty firm foam in them, so they weren't really biting a whole lot. Plus they've got dirt from the last time I drove it on it still. But it made it. It just took a while. You see there was 3 or 4 failed attempts just at the beginning of the course. But overall, yeah, it's a good truck. I had to take the hitch off. I forgot about that. That was catching on stuff. I broke my driver's arm reaching in the window picking up the truck. It kind of sucks because that's a pain in the butt to get back in there, but we'll fix it. Alright, so the Amigo was just killing it out there. You can see it sets up a little bit higher in the front. The front leaf springs I had to replace after USTE this year because I was getting a little carried away jumping the thing. So they haven't fully broken in yet, and I've already loosened the front body mounts. This thing's a pain in the butt to take the battery in and out. That's just the way it worked out with me building the full interior for it. The only place for battery is in the center console. So I've got 2 screws on some brackets on the front that bolt it to the side of the frame, and 2 screws to the rear bumper mount. So first thing I'm going to check is my battery, see if the voltage is low. Maybe that's why it cut off. I'm hoping that's all it is. That's loud. 3-cell. 10-2, yeah. Uh-oh. 3-2. That's loud enough. So that may have been all it was. There's a low voltage disconnect on that thing, which is good to know. So we didn't fry anything. But yeah, this thing just killed it out there. It's so heavy and it's just so short. I didn't think it was going to do well with the short wheelbase, but it was definitely the winner. I really like this thing. I had one of my locked up RC hubs work loose, and I did not bring the tool for that. But luckily I caught it before I lost it, and lost the hex and lost the pin, because there ain't no finding it out there in all those leaves. But yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about maybe doing some updates to this truck, but I don't know. It's so well set up. The only thing I really need to do is find me another tennis ball that I had on the antenna that came off. I had these dollhouse tennis ball, and I drilled a little teeny tiny hole in it. I filled it full of glue and I slid it on there, and I got outside and filmed 2 clips of this thing driving the very first time, and it was gone. And I never found it. So, yeah, $4 tennis ball, scale tennis ball. So, I need to find that because I'm always paranoid I'm going to lean over and poke my eye out with this thing because it is sharp from being shortened. That's, to me, a semi-truck antenna. It's got the coil at the bottom. Does like a real CB whip would. But, yeah, I love this little rig. It's original Tamiya body. The 155 wheels are rusting up a little bit. These are the Landies that used to be available unpainted. This was the side that came loose. Let me get that tool while I'm thinking about it. All my little tools, all my hex tools and extra scale lug nuts or center caps or whatever in one spot. I don't want to stay tight. So I don't know. But it's good this thing ain't broken. It's just needed to charge the battery finally. I haven't charged them in a long time. So we'll do that, get those things charged up. So this was supposed to be the leaf spring shootout, and I couldn't bring all my leaf rig. My blue one is down. I ordered a Yoda 2 front axle. I posted some pics of that. I had that axle seized. The bearing seized inside, blew apart, and the shaft ended up snapping the cup on the end. And you know, the Yoda 1 axle, it has its limitations. The cup for one is not as durable. The angle's not as good as the Yoda 2's. So I ordered a Yoda 2, and it was supposed to have been here last Monday. Amazon lost it somewhere. It made it to a distribution center and never to be seen again. So I had to wait for that ordeal to wind up. I ordered another one. It should be here tomorrow. I have a video on that truck that's been waiting to be finished. So that truck didn't make it out for this. So I guess the next time we do leaf spring battle, we'll bring the blue truck and the Amigo. But let me know what y'all want to see. If you want to see any side-by-side comparisons on the trail. Really happy with how the trail cleaned up. If you haven't seen the video yet, kind of behind the scenes, a day in the life of RC4wd. It's behind the scenes from this shoot, going out to the land, cleaning up the trail, marking the trail, setting up the camp, and stuff like that. It's kind of a neat perspective on it. But if you're only into the RC stuff, then there's other stuff in it too, so you may not like it. But I'm going to wrap this one up here, guys. Let me know in the comments what you would like to see on the trail next, and what mods you'd like to see, if any, to the Amigo or the old Hilux or the blue Hilux, or what you want to see on the channel. I appreciate you watching. Keep it scale.